Ladies and gentlemen, is that the dagger? Ian, Lucario, Vinny, Jolly, Jay, Ian, D-Man, Dorian. Yeah, guys, that was unfortunate. That was an unfortunate loss. Jose, what's up? What's up, chat? Heard in postgame they found a tip from Woo's pitches. Ruh-roh. That's not ideal. That is less than ideal. D-Man, good teams find a way to win that game. Let me tell you, if anyone was watching or paying attention to the Astros game, the Astros Angels game, Angels were up 9-6 going into the bottom of the ninth inning. The Astros scored two, had the winning run on base. Okay, they lost 9-8. They almost came back and won that game, sure, against the Angels, but had they won that game, that comment by D-Man, good teams find a way to win that game. Oh, that would have rang almost too true, D-Man. At least Kraken preseason starts today. All right. Kraken hockey is back, ladies and gentlemen. Lucario, resident puck knower, Lucario in the house. Excited for some Kraken hockey. Guys, it was a good series in Texas. It was. This game, losing this one, it sucks though. It really is it's an unfortunate loss because you're like Jolly. Wu felt a little too comfortable with that lead, I guess. In that bottom of the sixth, it was 4 hits in a row. 3 singles, Tavares, Semyon, and Josh Smith all singled. At that point, 1 run has come across the plate. 1. Runners on first and second. The pitching change should have been there. That is where, and everyone's going to point to that. That's not like some like, whoa, guys, I found the reason why the Mariners lost this game. No, everyone knows in that moment when Wyatt Langford's coming up to the plate. He's a righty. I feel like the move there is just to go to one of the plethora of righty arms in your pen and figure it out beyond that. Because say Langford doesn't hit a home run there. Say he only hits a single or something. It's not it's not a 1-run game, right? It's not within easy striking distance. If say whoever comes in gets him out, completely changes the the absolute complexion of this game fully. And of course, it's just a situation of what ifs. It's never going to be like he sure would have gotten him out. It's just like looking at that. That's the pivotal moment, is that 3-run home run by Wyatt Langford, where Wu had given up 3 hits in a row. You take Wu out. You take him out. Simple as that. He was cruising up into that point. Sure. He's shown ways to get out of jams like that in the past this year. But at this point in the season, after today, you have 6 games left. That is I think, almost as an easy of a pitching substitution as I could make. You get Wu out of there. He clearly didn't have it in that moment. And you go to someone else. And if that person gives it the home run, oh well. That's my take. And obviously, Munoz just unfortunate. Semyon down the line, just ripping it. But a good series in general for Seattle. Offensively, I mean, they put up double digit, 15, 16 hits and one game. This, the offense looked great. Offense looked solid. Obviously, Julio had a great series. Cal hit his 31st home run. A good series in general. It's just, you need them to be perfect. You need them to be excellent series. We can't afford any losses. And on a day where other teams around you lose, I guess it's fine that you lost. That's the copium is you're not out of it yet, because you could win the last 6 and they could lose that, whatever. But in that same vein, it's winning today would have been real nice, guys. Would have been real nice. We lost in 2021 by 1 game and in 2023. Lucario, you're correct. And it seemingly is shaping up to be a very similar venture this year. Or close to. That was the dagger. He could be wrong. AJ, I mean, the chances were slim. They've gotten even slimmer. So, surprised they left Wu in? Yeah. Stayed up till midnight in Italy for the result. A dagger. Oh no. Hopefully you're having fun in Italy, Seth. Hopefully it's something lit over there, but Houston can afford to lose a game here and there is the difference. True, we have lost the opportunity to be able to afford to lose games. So 3 must wins this month and lost all of them. That's the trend there. That is certainly the trend. Are the Mariners no matter what out? No. It's not the end. There's still, I mean, again, they're 2 games back, technically 3 of the Tigers and of the Tigers. Could be the Twins if the Twins win the second game of the doubleheader. So you have to make up technically 3 games to the Tigers and the Twins in the final 6 games. So you go 6-0, they go 3-3. If you go 6-0, they go 4-2, you're out. So that's a really tall task, a really tough order to kind of fill. But Detroit is now in possession of the second wildcard spot. Crazy what the Tigers are doing. Absolutely crazy that they have fully turned it on post All-Star break. They are an absolute headache to try and scoreboard watch because they just took it to the Orioles, dude. And the 86-70 Orioles. They're on fraud watch, in my opinion. On fraud watch. You get to watch us celebrate tomorrow. Congrats. Thanks, buddy. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Got to watch the Angels celebrate today. Zach Neto. Woo! Ring the bell. Woo! Question is, do they deserve to go to the playoffs? I don't care if they deserve it or not. If they get in and they win some games, I'm excited. Like, the idea of deserving the playoffs, if you are a team that is in the standings qualified to make the playoffs, I think you deserved it. Right? The rules are in place for whatever team to make it if they should have the 6th best record in any given league. If we happen to have the 6th best record in the American League, whether or not that's deserved, I think it's deserved because they had the 6th best record. So we're in possession of the 4th wildcard spot. Expand the playoffs more, Rob. We need more playoff spots. We need more. We need more. Or are the ones on fraud watch? Dude, honestly, what a bunch of buffoons. 10 up and lost in record time to 4 back. Mariners deserve their predicament. But wouldn't it be so sweet if they just made the playoffs and then just went on a run? A little copium, a little cherry on top of a very messy season. Maybe. Up 5-0, lose 6-5. You're broken, but there's football today at least. There's always football, and as Lucario said, there is Kraken hockey waiting in the wings. Waiting in the wings. Dude, Kansas City might even make the playoffs. Colton is in shambles. Colton is in absolute shambles if Kansas City doesn't make the playoffs. He had them from the jump, and it just has not continued the direction he needed it to. But you want to go to a Kraken game during the winter? If the timing is right and things work out, which they probably won't, I'm not opposed to going to a hockey game, but I would also like for it to be, on my own volition, of my own desire, if that makes sense. But there can only be one Pacific Northwest baseball champions. Bow down to the Portland Pickles. Kind of selfish of them to really just hold down that title of best in the Pacific Northwest. Best in the Northwest, if you will. Kind of rude. I don't know why they wouldn't give it to the actual major league team, but it is what it is. Going to meet Colton in Arizona for spring training next year. Another thing, if timing works out, I could go for a bit. I definitely won't be there. It wouldn't be for more than a couple days, realistically. So maybe. I haven't been to spring training since 2019 or 2020 technically, and then everything got shut down. Back with Colton then too, so it is certainly a possibility. Can we talk about the Astros-Angels game today? I mean, Josh Hader imploded, and then the Astros almost came back in the 9th. It was I think they did it all with 2 outs. I want to say Kyle Tucker was up with 2 outs, and then I kind of clicked off the game after that because that's when Semien hit the walk-off, and I had to kind of start setting everything up. But yeah, they were down. Astros were down 9-6 in the bottom of the ninth. I think with 2 outs, almost won the game. They had the scoring or the game-winning run on first base, tying run at third. So it was almost the like if the Astros had made that comeback while the Mariners lost on in the fashion that they did today, I would have called it more of the dagger than it already was. You know what I mean? I would have called it more. It's like a double dagger. They like, and then like it was a double sided. They pulled it out when kind of a thing. Is our season over? Not quite, but it's damn near close. You're 80-76. You got to make up. It's weird, right? So the Royals losing like 7 in a row has pushed them down to the wild card 3 spot, and you're only 2 games back of them. Oh wait, no. I don't think you can catch the Royals anymore as far as intra-division tiebreakers go. So the way the tiebreaker works with the Royals, we split the series on the season 3-3. Whereas with the Tigers and the Twins, we did not. We played 7 games. I think they also played. Did they play 7 games against the Tigers and the Twins? Regardless, we lost both of those season series against the Tigers and the Twins. Whereas the Royals, we split 3-3. The tiebreaker then goes to if you're tied with the Royals, or you're tied with in it like a head-to-head record, it goes to record against your own division. So the Royals against the AL Central, the Mariners against the AL West. I think the Mariners had to win out against the AL West, so meaning the game against the Rangers today, the 3 against the Astros upcoming, and then the final 3 against the Athletics. And then that would have given the Mariners the tiebreaker, and they just had to have tied at the end of the year, kind of a situation. So I think that's actually out the window, and you do have to be 3 games. You have to be at least a game better than the Tigers, Royals, and Twins to have any chance at a wild card spot. So realistically, the 2 games back, if you see it in the standings, WCGB wild card games back, that being 2, just think of it as 3. So if we go 6-0, those teams have to go 3-3. Need a miracle? No, it's gonna take a couple. Game 163 should exist again. As elite as Game 163 was, I do prefer expanded playoffs like this, and with the tiebreakers. I think you can have the expanded playoffs and still do Game 163. So I don't necessarily disagree. It was elite, but then that like you play a win and in playoff game to then like a best of 3 wild card series. Like I get why they probably don't want to bring it back or to do it, but yeah, some good memories watching Game 163s. I won't lie, Lucario. Tomorrow's Houston win seals the division for the Astros. Well, good thing the Mariners are gonna sweep them. Copium. Yeah. I think both teams coming off a loss that they definitely didn't want to have happen. They're both gonna. I mean, everyone knows what's on the line. They all know what they're playing for, right? They all know what's at stake. The Astros can clinch the division. And if the Mariners win, there's still like that glimmer of hope, the miracle that they need. Houston's been a better team, plain and simple. And they beat up on the teams that they needed to. And the Mariners just have not done that as consistently. And that's kind of like the end all be all. Houston series like Homelander. Literally, I will be on the biggest hater watch of my entire life. I've when I'm watching games, if I'm alone, I usually will just let out like a big like guttural like yeah, when Zach Neto hit his bases clearing triple with a B, triple, I let out a big yeah and a bunch of claps like I was there, dude. I was all in on that Zach Neto bases clearing double. So yeah, hate watching the Astros series is going to be fun, and as soon as the Mariners if they wave the white flag at any point, essentially, I will be crawling into a cave for the entire postseason and offseason, like until like December, January maybe. But Astros plan to do the Mariners celebration when they clinch the division next game. Fun. Let's just, do a little kick celebration behind the mound. It'd be fun. It'll be a good time. If we get swept versus M's, this loss today hurts because then we lose tiebreaker 2, and we would have had to win and hope M's lose once to the A's. Yeah, again, the chances of the Mariners going into Houston and sweeping Houston this late in the season, when that level of, like, the amount of, I guess, composure and veteran talent that the Astros roster has. Obviously, they have winners. They've got guys that have been there, done that for a while. There's going to be a level of composure that they won't make some mistakes that maybe other teams could in must-win situations, right? Like sweeping the Astros in Houston, it's going to be, nothing's impossible, but like damn near impossible. You know what I mean? Yeah, one of those. Here, I'll mute my mic. I'll anyone here. The picture I tweeted was from a mic muting moment where I screamed the F word. I'm going to do it again right now so we can get an updated screenshot of that. Okay? So 5. Was that good? Was that good for everybody? Hopefully someone got a good screenshot. I'm not going to unmute. I'm not unmuting for that. So hope, maybe that can make some rounds on Twitter now, because I usually post the previous one. Now we can have an updated one, guys, and that's really good. No, I don't want like people to like burst their eardrums. It echoed in my house, Lucario. It literally echoed. That's an echo. We need a hot mic? No. Maybe once the season's fully done. Maybe I'll end stream like that one time. Well, just completely, not even a warning. I'll just burst eardrums and then end stream. Felt that one? Thanks. Now I don't have to blow out your own voice. Yeah. Can you tell that I strained it a little bit? I feel like I can hear the strain a little bit, Seth. The smell of desperation in the room. Yeah. I mean, what else do we have, Rob? Absolutely nothing. Genuinely nothing. Have to win out and the Astros have to lose out to win the division? Woo! Discord? Bet. Thanks, Ian. Appreciate it. Oh my god, the Brewers? The Brewers have taken the lead against the Diamondbacks? Kind of crazy. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Ian. Thanks for that, dude. Dorian, I saw that. You need to retract it faster. I saw that. We need a Screaming Joe to be a sticker. We've got the Joe Pog. Should we make the Joe Scream as one of them? Getting the third wild card to be fun series instead of the Twins? Yeah, I think, like, say we sneak into the third wild card. Obviously, Houston, I don't think Houston can have the 1 seed, or they can technically still get the second division, like second seed, but it might be, it's far out of, it's it's a pretty slim chance. But yeah, like a wild card series between Houston and Seattle in Houston, it would be sick. Win or lose. I mean, sure, it's just more ammo if the Mariners lose, but I'd rather the Mariners make the playoffs, lose the Astros there, than not be playing in the playoffs. Honestly. And maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm crazy for wanting more pain and suffering. Our Brophy is a Mojovian. Thanks, dog. Appreciate you becoming a Mojovian. Put out a GeoGuessr video this weekend with Colton and I. That was a ton of fun to make. Lucar is asking when's the next episode of the Soul Link Nuzlocke. We play Pokemon on the members' videos sometimes, guys. Episode 2's ready. So next week, Lucario, is when episode 2 will be. I've also got episode 3 ready. And we've recorded episode 4 and 5. Like, it's backlogged to all hell because it's just easier to bulk record. But yeah, you're 52 years old. At this for a long time, I'm imagining is what the next part was going to be, D-Man. I see you retracted it. I'm pre-firing the the comment there. Tired of waiting, I'm imagining, is the sentiment. We've been waiting too long for a consistently good baseball team. I get it. The Mariners get to watch the Astros clinch live and in person. Let's go. Yay. We did it. Hang the banner. Watch the Astros clinch the division again. Guys, it hurts. It really does. Because I want everything about this team to go as right as it can. And there are so many aspects of this season that went just about as wrong as it could in a row. Alexander Johnson just subscribed. Appreciate that. And Dorian, Dorian with a $9.99. Out of This Park Baseball or MLB The Show Mariners franchise series would be dope. So I've done, obviously, just the simulating the season. You want an expanded franchise, more in depth? I'm not super interested in Out of the Park Baseball, if I'm being honest with you. I'm not a big fan. But MLB The Show, Mariners franchise, maybe. Actively playing it, I honestly prefer doing a fantasy redraft and trying to build a championship winner every year. You know what I mean? Give you a refund? No. You just lost your money, nerd. It's mine now. Or I guess it's Colton and I's. No, I think Mariners franchise and MLB The Show, definitely possible. Again, I'm not going to play a bunch of games. Right? It'll be a lot of simulating, because that's what I like to do as far as get to 2037 in a singular night of playing the game and just see what happens. That's where I like to go. But I can sit down. I can strap in for a bit longer of a haul there. I meant more GM stuff. Really kick it into high gear. Show Jerry and Justin who's the real boss around here. Just pray they make one World Series appearance before you die. D-man, that's a pretty grim message. And I appreciate your honesty. And I hope that they do it too. Because I know that the amount of fans that have been watching the team for as long as they can remember, essentially, are yearning, absolutely desperate for a championship. And you're right. I am too young. I am 20. Thank you for saying I'm too young, by the way. Bless. I'm 27. I've only been a fan for 20, 21 years cognitively. I am not even halfway to what you've done. Put in the time. You know what I mean? So I get it to an extent. I get the message you're conveying. And I hope that they do too. And I really thought that this team earlier in the year had a chance. And then the offense just went wee. Just wee. Wee. Just really pissed me off. Good news that we don't have to really worry about the Twins if they lose second game today. We would be first in line to try and get in. Yeah. It'd be nice if the Twins could continue to lose. So there's less competition, but the Mariners also have to do their job and win. Always host when M's lose and Colton when they went free, Joe. No. Holy shit. James, I just always usually stream on Sundays. I didn't stream last Sunday because of other things going on, but just the way the cookie crumbles. CJ Hilton gifted 20 memberships. One for every scoreless inning, Cooper, that the Mariners played in the third ALDS game in 2022. And then 2 more, Cooper. So, yes, it was enough. Jordy, Worley, Kennedy, Curbs, Bomberman, Sweet Monkey Lovin', sure. Jake, Zach, Carl, Chad, Tai, Omega Senpai's YT, Graham, Lucky, Joey, Randy Dandy, D-Man got one, W, James, Joey McMurchie, and Hokyo Reacts. Welcome to being a member. Was gifted a member by CJ. CJ, what the hell? I appreciate it. You're insane. I need some smoochies. I need some smooches bros in the chat from that one right there. Absolutely bananas. All the people that are members, if you're here, please say thanks to CJ. And also check out the Mojovian only playlist on the channel. That's where you can find all your members' videos. It's simple. M's go 6-0. 2 teams of Detroit, KC, and Twins can go 3-3, and we can still make it. That is true, Ricardo. It is that simple. The hard part about that is going 6-0. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. The formula itself. Formula is very simple. You win out. You need 2 out of 3 teams to go 3-3. I will say, of those teams, one of them plays the White Sox, and one plays the Marlins. If I'm not mistaken, I think the Tigers play the White Sox, and then the Twins play the Marlins. Right? Yeah. So Tigers play the White Sox to finish the season. Twins play the Marlins to in their next series. And then for the Royals, they play the Nats and the Braves. So, yeah. Equation is simple. Executing it will be challenging. So, yeah. M's will go 2-1 versus the Astros. And so, saying 4-2, Tan. I mean, again, it's not like completely improbable to think that they go 5-1. You lose 1 to the Astros and you sweep the A's to finish the year. I think that is reasonable. It's probably more reasonable to say 4-2. If you go 4-2, you need it just gets all that more complicated, unfortunately. Imagine both the Royals and Tigers kept losing neck and neck every day. We would sneak in. That's the thing. Like having to hope other teams lose instead of just controlling your own destiny by winning games is the worst part about the end of the season stuff. Because the fact that the Orioles couldn't put a singular win against the Tigers in the last 2 days when they had so many opportunities to do so, just tough. Can't beat the A's. That's the spirit. Missed a screenshot. Do it again. No, but thanks though, Mr. Banks. I'm glad that it's something that you desired to see. If you're in the Discord, yeah, I mean it'll find its way onto Twitter soon, right? If you follow us on Twitter at Mojo Mariner, you'll see that picture eventually. Seeing that Single A Modesto won a championship back-to-back years, California League champs, Modesto nuts. Ty Pete was part of both of them. Maybe he's the key to success. Maybe that's the key to success. Minnesota to beat the Marlins so we can draft Ethan Holiday. Are you sure you want a Holiday? Have you seen how Jackson Holiday's look this year? I'm trolling. But Jackson Holiday low-key cost the Mariners gaining some ground against the Tigers yesterday by olaying a ball. Just a bad defensive effort at second base, but M's lost many games late. That 8-run blown game to KC is now coming back to bite us. Oh, yeah. I mean, even like, not to, maybe too soon, but the Saturday game again, not Saturday, the Wednesday, had to have been a Wednesday game against the Yankees with Julio on third base. That's another game where you should have won. Things could be much different. I mean, I hate looking at the expected win-loss thing, but expected win-loss. Let's just speak it into existence, right? We'll say it out loud. The Orioles, first in the wild card, they are 86-70. Their expected win-loss, 86-70. Okay. The Tigers, 82-74. Their expected win-loss, 82-74. Okay. The Royals, 82-74. Their expected win-loss, 87-69. They should be like 5 games better. Bad. The Twins, 81-74. Their expected win-loss, 80-75. Pretty good, like right there. Okay. The Mariners, 80-76, their record. Expected win-loss, 84-72. So we'd have a 2-game lead as the final wild card if expected win-loss was what it was supposed to be. You know what I mean? So that's painful to look at. Ty Pete's got more titles than the Mariners. Facts. Oh, you replied with the screenshot? W, Ian. W, Ian. Imagine if Julio decided to play ball earlier in the season. I think, oh God, a season-long thing is tough to kind of really make good commentary on. Like, I don't disagree. But say he used some of what he's doing right now previously, like earlier in the year, and his stats would equate all the same. Like, you probably don't win some of the games that he's willed you to win late in the season, right? But I think the commentary is mainly on the fact that, like, what if Julio was playing this good more often, which I think is a fair thing to hope and want for, because bro's looked in the last, 3 weeks, like the guy advertised as the 4th MVP finisher last year. Yeah, he's looked like that guy. It took him a while to get there this year. And maybe that's a good sign that he will put it together more, like he will take what he's learned in the last 3 weeks, a month and a half, and just really take that into the offseason, grow with that, and start next season off on the right foot. A man can dream, a man can hope, but if I had a nickel for every time I was watching Joe live stream on a Sunday while in Vancouver, Canada, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice, right? You would be, as the kids say, richer than rich, right? Rich man swag, for real, on God. Put a cap on a stack, no kizzy, Daydara, you'd be rich. Imagine if the roles were reversed and the M's had 27 World Series. Being the most hated fan base probably across the entire sports sphere as far as baseball is concerned. Metal Babble just subscribed. Appreciate that, Metal. Appreciate it. I mean, it'd be sick. I would have at least witnessed one, right? I would have witnessed one World Series championship in 2009. Every other one, my dad would have just been ranting and raving, and then his dad would have just been ranting and raving, like going crazy. But it's again, as the team that has never been to the World Series, America's stuff, it's kind of hard to imagine being on the other side of winning 27 of those when you've never been to one. So Colt and Laz will save our season next year. Cole Young and Harry Ford are first in line, Daydara. Colt and Laz can wait until 2026, pal. Back in the line. Seats taken, as they say. Grown-ass man said that. You're pushing 30, big dog. Ooh, you are... Daydara, I hate to tell you this. You're 24 in 3 days. You're entering your mid-20s. You're no longer in your early 20s. You're in your mid-20s. As someone who has entered... Question. What is the late 20s? Is it 27? 27, 28, 29? I think I answered my own question. I don't think I have an appeal to the other side. As a man who entered his late 20s about 2 months ago, Daydara, I feel your pain, dog. You're not mid-20s? Bro, 24 is mid-20s. 20, 21, 22, 23, early 20s. 24, 25, 26, that's mid-20s, bro. You're pushing mid-20s? That's actually crazy. Bro's actually pushing mid-20s and has a freaking Naruto profile pic? That's crazy, chat. That's absolutely crazy. Got to go back to the Hawks game. They're up 17-3 at half, right? Is that still the... Are they back playing? Okay. Looks like the second half just got underway. Getting old, that's actually depressing. Sorry, bro. Still a baby in your late 20s? I appreciate that, D-Man. That's the second time you've made me feel young today, bro. We see the Kirby plushie back there. I mean, there's an Umbreon one. There's a Bullet Bill one right next to it. There's a Pokemon like little pillow back there. Yeah, dude, I'm holding on to the youth as much as I can. Holding on to that youth as much as I frickin' can. Why are you getting roasted? Caught a straw? That's embarrassing, bro. I see that you already corrected it, but that's embarrassing, bro. Caught a straw? What are you, a turtle? That's embarrassing. That's so embarrassing. Guys, point and laugh at Daedara. Point and laugh. He said he caught a straw. That's embarrassing. Embarrassing! You're 55. I'm washed. Oh, it's cooked. Everyone's cooked, chat. Yep, exact. Point and laugh. Oh, Daedara, I'm so sorry. Had to be done. Had to be done. Mariners lost. Just pain. Pain and suffering. So someone had to brighten my day. Has Pokemon plushies in the background? Listen, Ian. Listen. Okay, I don't actually, you know what? You do have every right to talk smack. Guys, this man named Ian. Okay? This man named Ian. It's the championships for the Mariner Mojo Fantasy Baseball Leagues. Ian is in the championship against everyone who thought was going to be the favorite, essentially. Dorian went 18-4 in the regular season. He was min-maxing the waiver claims. Ian, we all knew Ian had amazing pitching in this league. This guy dropped 456 points in a singular week's time of games. Like, that's a little under 70 points a day. It's like 65 points a day average Ian put up. Today alone, in the final day, Ian dropped 135. Bro went demon mode in the playoffs. So much so that he picked up... I think you and Dorian kind of gentlemans in a way of like picking up like troll picks. Like you have Sebi Savala and He Who Shall Not Be Named. And then Dorian picked up Tommy LaStella and Darren McCacken. He should have started McCacken today over like Albert Suarez looking at it, but yeah, congrats to Ian for winning Mojo League 1. Colton, I have an idea of how to revamp a little bit for fantasy season next year that we'll talk about at some point soon, but Ian's, dude. Yeah, the pitching, I don't know how to control that, Lucario. I don't know how to control like if you're at 11 out of 12 going into the final day, you can just have as many as you want. Like, I don't know. We just have to like agree to like not do that next year, or we just continue to allow it to happen. But yeah, there's some things that I want to like. It's just an ESPN bug, I know, and that's tough because I'd rather we can't do ESPN next year. Okay, we'll look into like what ones work the best for it then, because like also like not. I don't think it's as big of an issue, but like not running a catcher or not running a second baseman if you don't have like a premier one definitely is like kind of weird roster like construction stuff. So yeah, we'll look into like what's the best when you use it to your advantage. We got to stay. I will. Yeah, we can say hi to Colton really quick. The good Shout America stuff. We haven't done that yet. Start a salary cap challenge league so you can bring in a lot more people. We did 2 10-team leagues. Did 2 10-team leagues this year, just like based around interest, D-man. And an idea that I had was almost like a relegation system where the like League 1 is like the majors. It's like the gold division, right? And whoever the bottom 2 teams were there get relegated to the league below, depending on how many leagues we have. And then the top 2 teams from the second league, Silver League, like the championship, and like whoever makes the finals, essentially, gets to go to League 1 and like compete and like the best league. It's like a relegation system. is what I was thinking of trying to do to make it like a bit more competitive, so people don't intentionally just like make funny, silly roster moves, or if they do, it's in League 3. If we have 3 leagues that just don't matter at that point, like it's just all for fun at down in League 3 or League 4 or however far down it goes. But that's something that I thought about that could be fun. But we just have to really kind of flesh it out and see what everyone's feeling about it. But if we need to switch off of ESPN, we can. That's just the one that Colt and I are definitely the most familiar with. But we will look into it. Yeah, Colton's lights are off. He's just, wallowing in self-pity, alone in the darkness. Did question a lot of Dan's trust in finishing the 6th with Booth. Thought he'd take him out after 2 runs or so. Yeah, that was the big thing, Steamboat, was looking at that bottom of the 6th inning, right? Where it's a Tavares single, a Semien single, a Josh Smith RBI single. At that point, 3 hits in a row, you got to pull him. I feel like you had to pull Woo there. Langford up. You have a bunch of righties in your pen that you can turn to if you need to. Getting Langford out there is more important than trying to get Woo to finish that inning, in my opinion. Go Dodgers, dude. If Shohei was a Mariner, he would only have like 27 home runs. So, yeah, dude, Shohei's crazy. Legitimately, like, bro broke baseball again. 30-person Roto League? Damn. I honestly, my preference playing fantasy baseball when I was doing it when I was in like middle school, high school, was Roto. I loved Roto leagues. That I prefer those to head-to-head. Roto leagues are sick. A 30-man Roto league would be crazy. Because someone would just like load up and dominate saves. And I don't know how stats work in that now. Like, is it still like ERA and WHIP? Because ERA and WHIP were a stat that you would like. What the F is a Roto? What does Roto mean? A rotisserie league. So there's 9 stats, and you get points based around where you're placed at in that stat. So say it's a 10-team league, you're first in like hits, home runs, and RBI. You get 10 points for each of those. So you'd be at 30 based around those. I think it's either 9 or 10 stats, probably 5 and 5 for each. And you get a scale of like 10 to 1 of like where you're placed at. So if you're first, you get 10. So on average, I'd say like the best teams that win it average around like 75 to 76 points, if that makes sense. So it's like if you just go all in on home runs, the likelihood of you like leading an RBI as well is pretty high. But like if you don't draft any speed guys, you're gonna like saves and holds, problem solved. Okay, all right, fair. Because yeah, it is super customizable. But then like if you're all in on power, if stolen bases was still a category, you wouldn't really have any, and you'd probably take last in that category and only get 1 point. So like some people do like 5s across the board and try and like be average at a lot of things and hopefully like exceed expectations based around their draft. But yeah, Roto leagues were my thing. They were my absolute, that was my bread and butter for fantasy. And head to head it's good, don't get me wrong, but it's probably my second favorite. Like I like Roto, and then head to head Rotis, like no, head to head Roto's crazy. Head-to-head Roto's crazy. That sounds fun. No, Roto leagues are honestly, they're really fun. The hard part is you don't have that like competition between people. Whereas like, you can like talk smack to whoever you're playing against. Like it's just an entire year-long thing. You can do head-to-head Roto, but I don't find it as fun as just head-to-head points. But yeah. Or yeah, head-to-head categories. That's what I meant. Head-to-head categories, not head-to-head Roto. That's what I meant. Yeah, head-to-head categories is terrible. I don't know who wants to play that, and if someone here does, I apologize. That was woeful. Absolutely woeful. Maybe even woeful. C-Town fan, yeah, it's tough, dude. But hello. Hopefully your Sunday is not completely derailed by Mariners baseball. Something you did to limit starting pitching / waiver starters is you make a starts limit and make 1 or 2 reliever spots so that relievers completely. Oh, okay. So you have actual relievers. So it's like 5 starters, 2 relievers, or 5 starters, 3 relievers instead of just blank pitching or just general pitching. That makes sense. Total points is fun also. Crazy. Total points? Who would have won that? Total points had to have been Dorian. I mean, he took first. Bye again. Enjoy the game. Thank you for stopping by back in your commercial break. Yeah, I would have taken third in total points in Mojo League 1, but instead I think I'm taking sixth. But, it is what it is. You can't win them all. Shout out the Museum of Anthropology. Bro's literally at the Museum of Man right now. Kind of crazy. Dadar is admitting to be at the Museum of Man. I'm just kidding. Scored a lot. Don't look at your total points. I trust you. I would never expose how many points first place team in Mariner Mojo League 1 scored. I would never do that. I would never say how many points first place team 5,653. Did you guys hear that? That was so weird. That was 7th. Had a chance to gain some ground too. We did indeed. I mean, again, and not to, yay, other teams lost because, you'd rather win. But on a day that you lose, the only team around you that won was the Tigers. So, at least so far, the Twins could technically win the second game of their doubleheader. But it was a good day to lose. It's just you're running out of those days. If this was July 18th, maybe that's the All-Star break. If it's July 22nd, good day to lose if everyone else around you loses. But September 22nd? Nah, we can't lose anymore. Are we 2 back now? Yeah. Technically 3. Because you can't win any tiebreakers at this point, I don't think. So you need to finish 1 game ahead. The last couple weeks for fans was fun to see who'd be the 6th seed, especially Clay Holmes. I mean, it was the battle of the inevitable first round exit in the playoffs. You know what I mean? That's what really those last couple weeks were. It was absolute cinema. Dylan sucks at fantasy chills. Bro's goated at fantasy football apparently. Is he still cooking so far, or is he finally having a down week? Because through the first 2 weeks, Dylan has gone bananas. Oh my god. Dude, he's still cooking. He's already scored 135 points. It's because Saquon Barkley doesn't know how to not score 1 billion points. What the hell? That's nuts. Yeah, Dylan Bauman, Duskify, what a nerd. To blow it like that, sad. Just sad. Just sad boy hours, dude. Absolute sad boy hours. I have a slight announcement, and maybe now's not the time to do it, because I don't know how many people are here, truthfully. But for those who are here, normally you guys know we stream on Sundays. Heading into the off season, we'll make this more of a formal announcement. Heading into the off season, we're probably going to move the weekly guaranteed stream to Saturday evening, Saturday night. Because with the Seahawks playing, people are just going to want to watch the Hawks game, and there's no post game thing to do for the Mariners because the season will be over. So heading into the off season, expect to see us live on Saturdays, not on Sundays. So just keep your eyes out. No guarantee of a game. We might have October baseball, baby. Ian, let me hold on to whatever small bit of hope that I have. Okay. I'm sorry that I'm a hopeless romantic when it comes to this baseball team. But yeah, we're probably going to move stream to Saturdays through the off season just because it makes more sense for us schedule wise too. Where we can both be there and maybe not just do like an hour. Maybe we can expand it to like 2 hours. What about your WSU games? Don't care. Don't care. Don't care about college football nearly as much as other things. So it's a compromise that we've had to, that we feel like we should make together. So that way we can both stream. It's mainly so that way we can both stream together on Saturday as like a guarantee. More often than not. Versus like Sundays, it's only me. And I know Colton would actually like to be here. And who, again, tentative, not like we're like locked into, we have a contract within ourselves that we can only go live on set. Like if we deem that like, oh, hey, maybe this isn't what we wanted out of it, we can go back to Sundays or we can do a different day, like maybe Friday nights or something. Who knows? I just know that that's something Colton and I talked about. I wanted to give people a heads up just in case. Just in case like people start pounding the table, start arriving to chat on like going to our channel on Sundays like, where's our stream? Where's our stream? I may have won the Mojovian League, but you placed 160th in the Rates and Barrels Roto Challenge. Is 160th bad? Or is that good? Is that like 160th out of a million participants? Or is that 160th out of like 200 participants? I'm not fully sure, Ian. So either at what cost, very bad, got it. So at what cost did you win the Mojovian League, right? I get that's what you're saying. 160th of a, stinky. Big stinky. Oh, that's funny. At what cost, dude? At what freaking cost? Season ain't over yet. Still got a chance for the playoffs? No, of course. Yeah, I mean, it's not done. Not fully done. There's still a chance. You win out, you get some luck from other teams losing. There's definitely a chance. Losing today definitely decreases those chances. Most people below you didn't even draft a team. Ian, how is that even possible? How is that even possible? But yeah, the moving Sunday streams to Saturday, that will happen once the season for the Mariners is done. If they're in the postseason, completely different ball game. You know what I mean? Completely different. But I am going to get out of here. I will let everyone who's enjoying Sunday day football go enjoy the second half of the Hawks game, continue to stomp on the Dolphins. Hopefully they continue to do so. But appreciate everyone who came out. CJ, again, appreciate the 20 gifted. Just because he's a homie. But thanks for everyone being here. Sorry that it was a loss. I felt like we had such good vibes on Sundays for a long time after a pretty rough start to the year. But eventually those vibes, I guess, did have to come back around. But we'll see it. We'll see you next Sunday for the season finale or maybe the season celebration. Who knows? And we'll probably stream here and there between now because there's only 6 games left, guys. Like, we're going to want to talk about what's happening around us in the division and in the wild card and everything with how little games are left because a lot can happen. But until then, I'll see you later. And I'm not going to do the thing where Colton tries to end like on a good